Welcome to Lofty Pursuits and Public Displays of Confection in Tallahassee, Florida, where we make hard candy. Today we're going to make strawberry drops, and we're going to make it in a machine from the late 1800s. But unlike most of our videos, this isn't one of our machines. This belongs to a museum in Alaska. And if you think back to 2016, we unboxed this in a video, and you can see it for yourself if you click on the little eye at the top of the screen. If you don't see an eye, you have to go to YouTube to do this. And while you're there, please subscribe to us and make sure you get alerts for when we post new videos. So far, we've poured our hot sugar on the candy cooling table, then we've added citric acid to create a little bit of sour. The sugar's already been flavored and colored. And next, we're going to move the metal bars, and we're going to fold up the candy, pour out the hot insides, and mix in the cold outsides where it was touching the metal. We need to get an even temperature here before we can put it through our candy rollers. And to do that, we're going to have to lower the temperature considerably so it behaves more like clay than like a liquid. I usually do these restorations just for myself, but this one was done for a museum and it had to be done in a special way so that everything could be reversible. In other words, I couldn't risk damaging a single part, but I had to restore it at the same time. I was going to do reverse electroplating, but there were two brass blocks in the way, these two bushings, and reverse electroplating does a great job at restoring the steel, but it does a terrible job on brass. This was literally a barn find in Alaska. And some of this equipment survived better than other bits. Some rollers were a bit cleaner than others, and some were really, really bad. Reverse electroplating's like magic. It takes donor steel, causes it to rust, and in the process of that, unrusts your old metal. We just have to keep the brass out of the solution. If you watch the unboxing video, you'll remember that I love the strawberry rollers. I've always wanted a set, I don't own one. And I knew this machine, once restored, was going to go on display in that museum in Skagway, Alaska, and it would never be used to make candy. So I thought, I've got one opportunity to play with this. So I made some candy on it, and I fixed up the strawberry rollers. Let's see how everything went from beginning to end, and let's put the machine together. When I saw the photos they emailed me, I thought it would be a 20-hour restoration, maybe 30. These things take a while. But it was so bad, this was more like a 70 or 80-hour restoration. I am so proud on how this came out. I hope the museum likes it too. This machine was missing a few parts, but fortunately I had them. I have an identical machine, and I just borrowed those parts for a few minutes so I could make this batch of candy. This machine belongs to and has been returned to the Klondike Gold Rush National Historic Museum in Skagway, Alaska. And to this day, there aren't many good roads into it, if any. Imagine how hard it would have been to get this device up there to be used for candy, and how much money there must have been in the 1890s when this machine was being used to warrant someone bringing it up so that miners could have a little bit of happiness in their pocket, some nice candies to eat, I guess, when they mine. It was a good bit of luxury that they could take with them, that they didn't have to worry about spoiling, because they lived a really rough life as they mined up there. And while it was probably worth bringing to Skagway for business reasons, it probably wasn't worth bringing it back, so it got stashed in a barn, and it's been sitting there for the last 100-and-something years, slowly rusting away, forgotten. And now I've been able to be given an opportunity to give it a little bit of new life, making candy again. And then it goes back to the museum where if you ever visit it, you may be able to see it in person if it's on display. The candy hardens as it cools, and now that it's hard, all that's left to do is to break it up into its individual pieces. If you've ever wondered why they call these candies drops, you'll know now. We drop them to break them into pieces. We produced a small quantity of candy on these very rollers that are up for sale at www.pd.net, our site. And even if they're not there, you can get some great strawberry and other flavored candies from us. We always sell it up there. If you ever make it through Tallahassee, we're right off I-10. Please drop by. We're open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're not always making candy, but if you're lucky, you get to see us. You can also visit us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And of course, if you like this video, we have a lot more and we put them out regularly. Please subscribe to them here and turn on notifications that you know when all of our new videos come out. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate it. And thank you for coming and visiting Lofty Pursuits, even if it's just by video.